Okay, I know you want to do it. Don't go in there. Don't go in there, Ghosty. Don't go in there. Okay, this right here is going to cost you the entire chase. I already know how this goes. I've seen this room loop 1,000 times. What's up, YouTube? Camp Spooky Corner is back for another coaching series, Road to High MMR. Today, we have a submission from one of our community members, ghostyplaything.ttv. They are a streamer. I'll make sure to plug them in the description so you can go drop them a follow as well. And today, I'm super excited because we have some Survivor gameplay. This is going to be my first ever Survivor looping coaching kind of dynamic that I've ever done on this channel, so I'm super excited. Let's go ahead and get the boring stuff out of the way first. I'm live on Twitch Monday through Saturday, 5 to 9 p.m. Central Time. We would love to have you in the chat. That is also where you're going to be able to submit your videos for review as well. So if you would like to be featured on this channel in an upcoming video, and if you are a content creator, I can give you a shout out as well. But basically, when you're in the Twitch chat, !coach is going to be the command. It'll take you right to the proper section in the Discord server to drop your gameplay VOD. Once you go there, you're going to add Spooky Cam. I'll go over your VOD for review, make sure it's good for a video upload, and then I will walk you through it and coach you through everything. My website, camspookycorner.com, has all of my social links, so you can follow me on other platforms, including the donation link and the Discord server. Please join our Discord server. We have over 2,000 members and we're growing every day. We are a community server, so we have lots of active voice channels as well. Whether you're a killer main or a survivor main, we promote a non-toxic environment, so whether you agree with tunneling or you don't agree with it, or you know, whatever sort of us versus them stuff, we don't allow that. We all get along, killer and survivor mains, and we respect each other's time. We would love to have you in the community there to come hang out with us. If you like the content, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be uploading Monday through Friday, 5 full-length videos a week. I want to do 1 killer tutorial, 1 survivor tutorial, and then maybe like 2 or 3 coaching VODs a week, and then maybe like a build showcase video, kind of figuring out my rhythm there. Just as a reminder, these coaching videos are not to nitpick or, you know, sort of like humiliate anybody that's willing to send in their VOD to me. So please keep all comments constructive and positive as much as possible. We're going to be analyzing gameplay. We want to become better players together, and that's the whole reason I started this series to begin with. I'm here to coach. I coach when I'm live on Twitch. I coach off stream. I love teaching people how to play this game, killer or survivor. I can do it all. So with that, let's get into the video now. Okay, so first things first, we are playing Michaela. Okay, we're loading into the Hawkins laboratory map. So some things I want to go ahead and point out right off the bat. This is just a little bit of game knowledge right here. I don't know how much you know about the Hawkins laboratory map, but typically what you want to do is you always want to leave this generator up, this gen, and then the other solo gen, you know, the one upstairs with that little drop-off point. If you leave both of those up to do last when you're down to just 1 generator, your chances of winning the game go up super high, because the killer gets punished. He either has to come all the way over here and get on this generator, or he has to go all the way to the other side of the map upstairs to punish you on that one. Just a little macro idea for you to take forward, Ghosty. And then next, we're going to look at the build. We have Champion of Light, Head On, Chemical Trap, Blast Mine, and a flashlight with double battery add-ons. So just a little tip for you right here. For your flashlight add-ons, I would recommend keeping the blue battery, but for the second one, go that green low amp filament. That's going to extend your battery just a little bit more on the flashlight. Also, for your perks, none of these perks are really like super synergistic for any sort of like, I would not imagine that someone that's trying to improve their looping would take a build like this. Head On is kind of a meme perk, or it's kind of used with like an altruism squad, or, you know, AKA bully squad. You can also use Head On kind of strategically as well, by setting yourself in a locker to give people extended time during their chase with the proper stun. But I am assuming that this is not a Swift, so people aren't going to be able to calm that out properly. Chemical Trap and Champion of Light aren't a terrible combo, especially with the flashlight. So if you were going to blind at pallets, this build does make sense. But I mean, honestly, taking Champion of Light in the game, it's not going to be one of the most optimal perks either. Pairing that with Chemical Trap too. Chemical Trap is kind of a gimmick, honestly, unless the killer has to break the pallet, like if it's a god pallet, but you're probably not going to get too much value on this map alone right here. And then for the last perk, Blast Mine. I do like Blast Mine actually, because I think Blast Mine is actually a pretty effective perk. It does waste a lot of killer time. So just right off the bat, if you want to try and improve build right here, go ahead and keep Blast Mine on there just to give you something from your old build that you're comfortable with. And then go ahead and run Deja Vu. Deja Vu is amazing. Easily one of the top 5 survivor perks in the game. I think someone with you that's struggling with looping, I would probably take Windows of Opportunity as well, if you're not familiar with what tiles and what the map layouts look like. Don't depend on it forever, but definitely use it as a learning tool. So Blast Mine, Windows of Opportunity, Deja Vu, and then since you say you're struggling in Chase as well, I would take a better exhaustion perk than Head On. You want something that's going to give you distance. I'm going to recommend to you Lithe. Lithe is so easy to activate. I think it's one of the best exhaustion perks in the game. Full to window, skedaddle out of there, killer can't even catch you. Or you can take Sprint Burst if you're more comfortable with that. Dead Hard is also not a bad recommendation. Overcome. Bounce Landing, kind of map dependent, but that's not a bad one either. But I really think if you just take my advice with your build loadout, you're going to have better success right off the bat anyways. Right here, I'm pretty sure too that you're double stacking this generator with a teammate. So the way that generator math works is each additional person on the gen, you suffer a debuff penalty and the gens go slower. So if you're in solo queue, the one thing I can recommend to you is if you see a teammate doing the gen with you, just leave the gen and go to a different gen. Spread out the pressure a lot more, because right now you could have good split pressure across the map. Looks like Michonne's not even on a gen right now. Okay, so right here, Pain Res DMS is going to pop off. I'm hoping as a player you're recognizing what perks the killer's taking. There's really no reason for you to crouch right there and kind of wait. What I would do in this situation, so right here, like the reason why I say you should have probably started pre-running a lot sooner is because a lot of people aren't very comfortable with performing this loop to begin with, so I don't know how it's going to go for you. But the way this loop pathing works is you want to work the side rails up here like this, and basically you do like a little tightrope walk right here, and then you're going to work this rail right here, and it all connects into the window. Vecna's going to enter right here. And what you could also do in this situation, the only reason why I'm telling you to pre-run in this situation is because I don't think this is a good loop for you to start with. In this situation, what I'm doing as a player, I'm waiting to see the red stain right here at the door, especially since I know, like you said, you're not a very effective looper yet. And I'm going and I'm posting up right here. The second I see that red stain, I'm dropping down right there. I'm not, hold on, that looks terrible. There we go. And then the second my feet hit the floor, I'm immediately going this way, pre-running, getting distance away from Vecna over here. Okay, so right here, it looks like a little bit of walking. He doesn't have to kick the gen, so in this situation, you have to understand. He's just going to go straight for you right here. How do you play the railing? Vecna kind of hesitated too much. I don't even think you get hit here now. Yeah, that killer, he definitely didn't play that right. Double back, be careful. One more volt, it's going to block up. He's going to go for the shot right there with the ghouls. Good body positioning from the Vecna. I think you get hit right here. Yep, there it is, right through the window. Let's see how you use your hit, and let's see how far you get in chase now. I will say right here, just for a little note in the video, good job getting distance after you get hit. The thing that drives me crazy that some survivors do is after they take that hit from a survivor, or I'm sorry, after they get hit from the killer, they don't use that speed boost properly. They go and they see a pallet and they just camp it. Get distance. You did a great job of holding W and getting across the map. That's an A+ right there on post-hit pathing is what we're going to call that. I think in this situation right here, it's a little bit more dangerous. Yeah, I was going to say it's a bit more dangerous just sitting on the gen right there. Pre-drop of the pallet. Vecna's going to use his power right there. I don't know if you make, let's see. We're going to play the pallet, it looks like. Do we greet it or drop it? You dropped it. Looks like Vecna kind of messed up too, being on the other side. Decent check spot. Good job dropping the projectile. Okay, good job getting distance from the pallet break right there. And then if this is the room I think it is, okay, I know you want to do it. Don't go in there. Don't go in there, Ghosty. Don't go in there. Okay, this right here is going to cost you the entire chase. I already know how this goes. I've seen this room loop 1,000 times. I promise you this is going to be what throws the entire chase. Yep, there it is. Window, a little bit of fake, hesitation, goes to pallet and gets swung on. This window, or I'm sorry, this room right here is like one of the biggest bait loops in Dead by Daylight. You have to play this perfectly right here. This pallet, once it's dropped, is very unsafe. It's very easy for a killer to mind game across the sides. Like here, let me go ahead and pull up the tools. So right here with this situation, right, this is what we're talking about. This pallet right here is not safe. Once you drop it, it's super easy for a killer to play around it. They can easily just kind of moonwalk and do like a little arc around the side and hit you. Vecna has projectiles. Vecna also has an ability where he can hold pallets upwards so he can get around and swing on you. Something else to consider too is that this window up here that you went to, you did a really good job kind of waiting in the beginning and being patient and getting him to stutter a little bit, but it's very hard to play off of it because once you drop, by the time you drop, unless you have balanced landing, you're going to get that stagger fall reduction timer. So the second that Vecna sees that you're committing to the vault, it's so easy for him to run down the stairs this way and come down here and swing at that pallet. I think you would have been better off probably, let me make the screen less messy. When you dropped right here, you may have been better off going this way and getting spacing, but it was still an unsafe situation to begin with. Understanding killer powers is really important. I see you dodged the projectiles earlier, which is super good, but you need to learn to respect I would say probably you just got to learn. But understanding that Vecna has a specific chase power, which is the mage hand that can hold pallets for him, that kind of goes into your pathing as a survivor. Distance and greeting is going to be more key going against the specific killer. Looping is just not just knowing how to loop, it's also understanding your killer matchups as well, and, you know, keeping it like that. Okay, so you just got hooked right there. Looks like one teammate's kind of stealthing going into position to save you. I don't know if Vecna's going to come back and punish right away, but I guess we'll see. What a crazy username. Bong Blaster 8681. Damn, that's aura. Okay, so it looks like a teammate's going to go down right here. Do you attempt the flashlight save? Doesn't look like you have the angle. If you like going for flashlight saves and that's an altruistic playstyle that you enjoy, you can even run background player, and that's going to help you set up for, you know, blind angles like that. Vecna's definitely seeing your scratch marks right here and going to chase you. Good job going up the railing. The way that this loop works right here, just to show everybody of the proper thing to do. This loop right here, you did a good job with your initial pathing. Let's see if you keep it up. You go up these stairs right here, and then you just go around like this, and then you go down right here. The biggest bait that most people fall for is just playing this pallet right here around this little cylinder looking object. That is not a good pallet to do that with. You want to basically go up and around like little stairways and escalators kind of game. A little bit of a mind game, match the killer's movement, mirror him on both sides, and then eventually play the pallet when you have to, but you pretty much need to get a stun off of it. Because once you get this stun right here, you're going to easily be able to transition out of the room to a different loop. Let's see. How long does this art stay on the screen for? First time using this on Canva. Okay, it's gone. Do you go back up the stairs again? You do. Looks like Vecna was pre-firing his ability right there. Go down, go down. We're going to play pallets. Not a bad job. I mean, honestly, I would have did the same thing, so I don't blame you for that movement. Okay, so right there is a big no-no. Let me go back just a little bit. You got your pallets done, right? This happens so much with survivors. Hold on. I see this all the time. Like, I get it. You want to get the flashlight blind because you have Champion of Light. That's going to hinder him and help you make it to another resource, which is cool. But going back right here and putting a chemical trap on that pallet is a huge mistake, because Vecna can easily just go around it right here and play it. He can send out ghouls. He can just break the pallet and catch you sooner. Let's see how he handles it. So it looks like right here he's going to try to fly. That is really interesting. This might be a baby Vecna right here. Good job, though, setting yourself up for success. Only issue is if you vault this pallet, he can go inside and cut you off. There's the ghouls, too. He's going to come around. Doesn't swing on it. Good job matching him and paralleling him on the side of the pallet. Okay, he decided to break it. Or he decided to break it? Words are hard today, chat. Okay, so I don't really understand what Vecna was doing right there. That definitely seems like a mistake on his end. But good on you for capitalizing. You saw he broke it, you ran out, and you made it out of there. Sometimes you just get lucky like that. I just don't want to teach you that lucky situations like that happen all the time. A good experienced killer is going to commit and get the down right there. So, but good job taking advantage of the situation you had. That pallet right there, you could pre-drop and you could vault around it and make a loop. Okay, so let's see where everything went wrong right here on my screen. So let's backtrack at 6 minutes. Right there, like I said, this pallet beyond the wall, if you pre-drop that and you go around like this, like a little like giant circle, and just keep vaulting that pallet, if the killer doesn't break it, it's a really good loop. Line of sight blockers right here, it's actually pretty effective, so. Okay, so right about here. Here's your check spot. You're looking. So what I'm seeing right here, right? You don't have to overcommit. It looks like you were a little bit nervous and you were already overcommitting to going up the hallway right here. Just be patient. Look for the red stain right here. And then the second you see it disappear, you can kind of look. And this is the tough thing too about this right here, is that this wall, the line of sight blockers can benefit you. They can screw you as well. Because now Vecna can just double back and come and hit you over here. In this situation, the best thing you could have done instead is left entirely like this and went this way. If it's ever an unsafe check spot for you, like this, where Vecna can mind game you, then just leave the loop entirely. Go the opposite direction, hold W, and get distance and find a window or a better pallet to play with. So he's going to end up punishing you and getting you right there. Okay, fast forward right here to you getting unhooked. Looks like Michonne has the eye of Vecna. The video doesn't have too much longer, so I'm wondering what happened to you dying pretty quickly right here. So it looks like just unfortunately right here, you were just AFK for a moment. It's just bad luck. The killer's punishing you. I mean, I can't really give you any advice for that. Just try not to be AFK during the match. That's probably what... Oh, he didn't swing on the window right there? I thought he would have swung and got that hit. Let's see how you play this loop. If you're going to play the pallet I think you're going to play, it's definitely going to get you in chase. Right here, I'm going to give you a little bit. See, this is why understanding killer power is so important. When Vecna is below you like this, hold on, what time are we at? 7:22. So now that I have my tools up right here, whenever Vecna is at a weird, like, kind of elevation where, okay, let me draw you a line. This right here, this is your floor, right, that you're walking on. Vecna is slightly below the floor, and his hands are basically parallel with this line. So when he sends these ghouls out towards you right here, you can't block those, or I'm sorry, you can't crouch them. That's a unique interaction with Vecna. He can hit you from certain angles. Like, imagine here's your feet on the floor, and I send ghouls at your feet. You can't crouch that. You know what I mean? Because the ghouls are just going to go basically directly aimed at your foot hitbox. Like I said, this is just a little bit of personal killer knowledge. In this situation, you're better off just trying to avoid it by going left or right, probably backwards towards the wall in this situation. So, back to the video. We get hit right here. There it is. What do you do once you get hit? You can play this loop, you just have to be very precise with it, like I discussed earlier. Be a little patient here at the rail, hopefully. Don't overcommit. Okay, he goes down. This pallet right here is pretty awful. I'm just gonna say you're gonna... Yeah, this pallet, dude, I am a firm believer that this is one of the worst pallets in Dead by Daylight. I actually clipped from my stream the other day me getting value off of this pallet because I never had before. Unsafe pallet, you really just have to get a pallet stun. You have to greet it, you have to get a pallet stun off of it, and then hope for the best to get distance. If we can backtrack just a little bit right here, just to see, because I think this is where you die, right? Let's see. Yeah, so right here, you're going to get picked up, you're going to get put on the hook, and that should be your death, right? It is. Okay, so let's go ahead and analyze the last chase again really quickly. So right here, you took the hit, right? You understand your resources. What I'm already thinking a step ahead. I took the hit. It is what it is. What am I going to do with my time now? I can either, let's see. I have this really unsafe pallet back here that I can play with. I don't like leaving things to chance, so that's not personally what I would do. Your other option you could do... Can I change the color on this? Option number 2 is to run this loop right here, like I discussed, running it properly, doing your little tightrope pattern right here. But then again, you're only going to get so much value out of it, and you do have to change to the window right here. But it wouldn't be a bad idea in this situation, so that's definitely going to be better. We're going to call it like this. The red arrow is going to be your worst decision. The orange arrow is going to be your pretty fair, not too bad decision. And then your green arrow right here is going to be your best decision you could have made in this situation. I honestly believe right here, especially if I backtrack this a little bit, hold on. Right here, you know you're getting hit, right? Immediately what I'm doing in this situation is I'm dropping right here. The reason why is because Vecna, look at how far he has to make it just to get to there. I know you're going to get a stagger drop timer when you fall right here, but you're going to be able to go inside this way and chain to something better. He still has to go all the way around here, through here, and this way to get to you. So you're basically, your collision point's going to end up somewhere over here off the map. I'm going to take my chances out there more. Although I do love this loop personally. Back here in Hawkins, a lot of people are not very comfortable looping it. Especially against a killer like Vecna who can mind game you very well. So yeah, in this situation, the second you take the hit, always have the next decision in your head of what you want to do. The best thing about looping is having a plan when you already know something's going to happen. If you know you're going to get hit, that's cool. Be thinking about what you're going to do next. Even if you don't know you're going to get hit, like at a window or a pallet 50-50, always be planning Always be planning ahead of what your next 10 steps are. That's really the best advice I can give you for looping. So just the closing thoughts right here, the good and then what to improve. The good stuff, you did really well in the beginning when you took hits from Vecna. You did a good job of gaining distance and just getting across the map. I like that you're not afraid to go for flashlight saves. I think that speaks a lot about your playstyle as a player. I think that you had a little bit of good mind games against the Vecna at that one window vault when you were at that like little awkward corner room I told you not to go into. But you did good though. You were patient and you forced him to make a bad call. Putting down the chemical trap wasn't a great idea, but you were patient with it and you punished him for it. He made a bad decision and you left out of the room and gained distance. So I can tell in your head you have like a good understanding of like what the right thing is to do. I think there's two situations. I think if you get presented with something you're not comfortable with, you panic a little bit, like with that Vecna situation with him dropping the ghost down. So killer knowledge and gameplay knowledge is just going to help you become a much more efficient looper that way. We need to optimize your build. I would love to see you run a much better build that's going to benefit your playstyle more, to see just how much better that's going to do. I immediately think that's going to make you even a better Survivor player to begin with. So just working on those things right there, planning ahead a bit more, not panicking when things don't go as you planned, learning a little bit more and respecting killer power and what they're capable of doing, and then optimizing the build and loadout. I think you're going to be just fine. All right, as always, YouTube, as we wrap up the video, if you like the content, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It helps out more than you think. I'm live on Twitch Monday through Saturday, 5 to 9 p.m. Central Time. The chat command is !coach. It'll take you right to the Discord and the specific chat to post your gameplay clips, killer or survivor, any killer, any build, any survivor playstyle, any build. I will break it down and coach you and make a video out of it. Add SpookyCam when you drop the video so I can review your VOD. That way you can get featured in nice, cool videos like this coming up in the future. My website is camspookycorner.com. It's going to have all my social links to support me other places. It's going to have the Discord server. If you're 18 and up, come and join us, and we would love to play Survivor and hang out with you and play Killer off stream as well. It's also going to have my donation link there too if you choose to support me that way. And with that, thank you so much for watching the video, and I will see you on the next one. Peace out, everybody.